As the sun rises in the east to start and adorn the day, so rises the continuing coverage of the SINAG Liga ASYA Junior World Showcase born 2004, as this will open up our Saturday triple header dito as we are live here inside the SM Events Hall in the third level of the SM SOUTHMALL in Las Piñas City, as we will see the top-seeded team and the bottom-seeded team of the Born 2004, as we can see Jolo Navarro, the Letran Squire champion, delivered 27 points and 14 rebounds in the last win itong Pampanga Delta Padre Team Park. Makakatapat niya on the other end. Representatives of Leap Basketball PH, walang iba kundi si Rod Soliano and the rest of Leap Basketball PH dito, looking to finally break their streak. And that is our games today between Leap Basketball PH kontra Pampanga Delta Pradera. Second game natin is Tikas Kapampangan kontra Pampanga Delta Royce Hotel and Casino. And for our main event of the evening is gonna be J Project Boomers kontra TGC Santa Rosa Saints. Isang magandang araw sa lahat ng mga kasinag na nakatutok from Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao at sa iba't ibang bansa na bumubuo ng ASYA. I hope you're excited to see these three games kasi ako, very excited ako kasi it's the return of the Chief and the Wise Man tandem. Ako po si Enzo Galarosa and together with me, my favorite partner, walang iba kundi si Coach Pancho Alfonso. Coach, na-miss kita.
Good afternoon and good afternoon, Sir Enzo. Na-miss din kita. It's been a while and it's nice to be back here covering 3 games in this Mother's Day weekend special that we have your Saturday triple header dito sa SLA Junior World Showcase.
Perfect na perfect to start the Mother's Day weekend, no, Coach Pancho? And syempre, completing our panel, the third member dito, walang iba kundi si Francine Kapili. Kamustahin naman natin siya. Franz, kamusta ka dyan?
Good afternoon, Enzo and Coach Pancho. I'm very much okay and also very much excited for a triple header game today. And it will be Pampanga Delta versus the Leap Basketball PH for our first game. So tune in because I will still be your eyes and ears on the sideline. So back to you, Coach Pancho and Enzo.
Thank you so much, Francine. We will hear more from her later sa kanyang mga reports. But syempre, pwede niyo pong tutukan ang aming mga laro dito sa SINAG Liga ASYA on our Facebook and Instagram at SINAG Liga ASYA. Follow us on TikTok and subscribe to our YouTube channel at SINAG Liga TV, dahil nga tatlong napakagandang laro po ang mapapadala natin sa inyong araw ngayon sa Sabado. Of course, Coach Pancho, weekend will always be napakaganda lagi ang dala-dala natin. 3 youth basketball games, pero saktong-sakto ang game story natin from these two teams dahil nga going separate ways sila.
Yeah, right, Enzo, because itong Leap Basketball is on a 4-game losing skid, while itong Pampanga is on a 2-game winning streak. That's why going separate ways ang ating game story.
Yes, let's take a look dito sa panig ng Leap Basketball PH. Last game was their 4th consecutive loss of the tournament against the Parañaque Pelicans, and a meltdown in the 4th quarter happened.
Wow, look at that! Wow, that 4th quarter points. They Leap gave up 38 big points dito sa Parañaque Pelicans. You know what? Especially during the last 5 minutes of that 4th quarter, and 3 points lang yung winning margin doon ng Parañaque. Tignan mo yung second chance points, and so 7 points yung binigay nila ron. So malaking bagay yung pagiging out-rebounded nila doon sa game na yun.
Yes, and they struggled with the NCAA Juniors MVP Amiel Asido sa panig ng Parañaque. Dito naman, makakatapat nila ay star-studded lineup for the Pampanga Delta Pardera Team Park. And in their last game, they won over the Baliwag Stars, another dominant win.
Yes, as always, itong Pampanga Delta, look at that. Rebounds, the #1 team in almost all the statistical departments, rebounds, assists, second chance points. That's why they got a lot of fast break points. So almost half of the production of the Baliwag Stars.
Grabe na yung performance nila. And despite not having FEU Tamaraw commit VJ Pre, wala sa lineup nila last game yon. But right now, mga kasinag, I'm pretty sure we will see which team will win, which team will lose. Kasi nga parehong koponan are going their separate ways. But before we start the game, let's turn it back over to Francine Kapili for her updates on the two teams facing off in today's ballgame. Franz, take it away.
After coming off from a win, the boys of Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park are going up against Leap Basketball PH, who would have to hustle twice as hard if they want to take home the win today. But today's matchup wouldn't come without its challenges, because for the boys of Pampanga Delta, some of their key players are missing for today. Now, the boys of Leap would have to do everything they can to capitalize on these missing players. Now, the question is, whose hard work could reap its rewards? Coming up, it is Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park going up against Leap Basketball PH. Now I'm turning it over to our venue announcer Ram Valid for our SINAG starters.
Good afternoon, SLA fans. We're coming to you live inside the amazing SM SOUTHMALL, Las Piñas City. Welcome to SLA Junior World Showcase Philippines. Presented to you by SINAG Liga ASYA. Co-presented to you by CDO Foods Incorporated. Foods that brings you home and through religion Philippines. Catch live action at SINAG Liga ASYA official FB page and YouTube channel at SINAG Liga TV. Our first match, it's the battle between Leap Basketball PH and your Pampanga Delta. And now let's meet the starting lineups of the protagonists. First for Leap Basketball PH. Point guard from Angono, number 88, Jersey, the Mouse Sabayo. Shooting guard from Antipolo City, number 21, Nathan Manaran. At forward from Agusan del Sur, number 37, Mark Gavieta. Also at forward from Antipolo, number 7, Ken Alvaran. And center from Bukidnon, number 0, Ruj Soliano. The basketball PH is led by Coach Ernest Jordan Rayalo. Assistant coaches Kim Di Pedro, BJ Di Pedro, and MJ Mercado. Your Leap Basketball PH. And now let's meet the starting five of your Pampanga Delta. Starting at point guard from Bacolor, number 16, Joseph Pangilinan. Also at guard from City of San Fernando, number 21, James Malonzo. At center from Laguna, number 44, George Dural. At forward from Masantol, number 42, Jolo Novato. And from Lubao, forward number 8, Rans de la Cruz. Pampanga Delta is led by Coach Jay Shera. Assistant coaches Pepe Duyag, Toti Marquez, Mark Hanson, team consultant Patrick Dimatula, and team owner Governor Dennis Delta Pineda. Your Pampanga Delta. Game officials are Dennis Esgaros, Gerson Pern Sizuga, and Jed Kahinusayan. Alternate referee John Panayat. Ito ang inyong SINAG Liga ASYA.
And here are your SINAG starters of the game for Leap Basketball. They started with Rod Soriano, Nathan Manarang, Mark Gabrieta, Jesse Sabayo. And para naman dito sa panig ng Pampanga Delta, they started with Dural, Pangilinan, Navarro, De La Cruz, and itong si Malonzo. Charles Dural misses on that floater.
And so obviously yung mga players dito, some of the key players for both teams are not playing in this ball game. And not only the players, even the head coach of Leap Basketball, si Coach Ernest Alawala dito in this ball game.
Yes, coach, pero good play agad to start off this ball game. Nathan Manarang knocking down the three.
Yes, if there's one guy that needs to step up and carry this team, that's Nate Manarang.
Yes, and yun a good sign for him kasi last game talagang struggle for him to shoot from the outside. He was getting points from the inside pero sa labas wala siyang halos maipasok. Muntik na yun for Navarro. Sabayo on the run. Wants to give it to Nathan. Nathan will attack. Try to drop it off to Rudge pero masyadong malakas yung pasa. Joseph. Wanted to drop it to Jolo. Turnover for Pampanga yan. And Sabayo with the fast break layup. 5-0 in favor of Leap Basketball.
That was a good start here for Leap Basketball PH. They should take advantage. This is their chance to, take advantage of Pampanga Pradera Team Park's, missing a lot of usual productive players that they have.
Literal na mga ubus no Coach Pancho. Yung mga productive players. Speaking of, another productive player, the pride of Bacolor, Pampanga, itong si Joseph Pangilinan.
Yes, because itong si Joseph Pangilinan uses his height advantage over itong si Sabayo kasi nagkaroon ng switch sa ilalim.
Yes. As Manarang fires from the outside. Very aggressive. Oh, speaking of aggressive, one of the new players ng Leap Basketball, Ken Alvara, nagpakilala agad with that offensive rebound.
Right, and so what a way to announce his, his entrance here in our SLA Junior World Showcase, especially for Leap Basketball. That was a good tap by Rod Soliano.
Yes, as Francis draws the foul on Nathan Manarang. There's the 19-year-old wonder boy kid from Lubao, Pampanga. Itong si Francis de la Cruz. But take a look at this offensive rebound. The tap from Soliano and then nakolekta ni Ken Alvaran. Yung rebound and the putback. But this is the kid, Coach Pancho, na I believe needs to step up big time, especially in the absence of the usual starting wing. Na big shoes to fill nga naman. Andre Dungo wala. I believe Francis de la Cruz is the one that should step up sa wing scoring netong Pampanga Delta.
That's right. And especially dagdag mo pa si Elijah UC. Wala rin dito sa game na to. So that's why the backcourts needs to step up dito for Pampanga Predator Team Park.
Pero pangalawang 3-point make dito for Leap Basketball, but it's a new player. Ito si Mark Gabieta.
So the new players are showing up here, Enzo, and that might play a factor here because yung new players, siyempre, walang scouting report dyan. Ha?
Right.
So it will come as a surprise dito for Pampanga Predator Team Park.
Yes, so yun na yung mahirap dito for Pampanga Delta Predator Team Park na Coach Pancho. Madami ng key players ang wala, tapos meron kayong mga players na hindi kilala at na-scout. That's why itong Leap Basketball PH lamang ngayon ng 6 points, 10-4.
J-Project Clothing Shop has been a sublimation company for a long time. We have evolved by proving quality and top-notch products for our customers. The design jerseys are carefully examined and printed in a quality machine that produces a fast printing, the biggest machine in the printing industry. In the sewing section, all the sewing experts use quality thread, needles and machine to make the product good-looking and durable. We customize clothing and sportswear in full sublimation. What are you waiting? Visit us now.
The SINAG Liga ASYA Junior World Showcase Born 2004 is brought to you by CDO Foods Beer Food that brings you home. So Leap Basketball up by 6 points, and we can see the head coach of Pampanga Delta Predator Team Park, Coach Jay Shera, and now Jolor Navarro, a champion, a back-to-back champions from the Letran Squares from the Junior NCAA. Naramata comeback right here is another 3-point shot. That's a miss para dito kay Manarang. Navarro on the run, zigzagging his way. Natapikan ni Sabayo.
Look at Joel Navarro, big guy who can run down the floor. That's one thing that is very essential here for Pampanga Predator Team Park. Yung experience ni Joel Navarro, a champ on his own, back-to-back champion, and syempre yung experience niya, and yun yung nadadala niya dito. That's why grabe yung numbers niya nung last game. That's why he was selected as the best player of that ball game. Double numbers yun, di ba?
27 and 14, di ba, Coach Pancho? That's no joke talaga. Sabayo, the smallest man on the floor with a long rebound. And look at Sabayo, di ba? The height is parang heart over height talaga siya.
Exactly.
Kasi last game against Parañaque, lumalaban to sa rebound.
Yes, yun yung mahirap bantayan, yung ganyan. Kasi sobrang liksi at yung ginagamit yung height disadvantage niya. That's why actually I'm wondering, parang feeling ko, Enzo, mas matangkad pa si Coach KDP kay Sabayo eh.
Ang tunay na tanong dyan, mas matangkad ba si MJ at si Franz kay Sabayo, di ba? But on the other end, Mark Gabieta scoring his 5th point of the ball game. Agad-agad, Coach Pancho, nagpapakilala tong Mark Gabieta.
Yes, and I'd like to commend itong defense din ng Leap Basketball PH. Look at the score. They are ahead by 8. And Pampanga Predator Team Park players are forcing a lot of outside shots. Si Jolo Navarro lang talaga nagpe-penetrate sa loob. But all of their shots were contested.
And this is the same thing that happened against Baliwag Stars. Coach Pancho has a good block there by Dural, and Navarro as Rudge put it back up and in, but may foul. Last game against Baliwag, ito yung nangyari sa kanila. Slow start, pero they got their rhythm towards the second quarter. But andun yung mga key players. But speaking of, a good sign for them, Francis BJ Prez now on the floor.
Yes, that's why Coach Jay Shera tapped BJ Pre to enter the floor right now. Kasi nga, kailangan yung presence niya dahil na out-rebound sila ng Leap Basketball pitch. Especially this guy who is shooting free throws.
The big man, 6'8", out of Cagayan de Oro, di ba, Coach Pancho? 2 for 2 for Rod Soliano. And a 10-point advantage for Leap Basketball. And this is a fun fact, Coach Pancho. This is the biggest lead Biggest lead na nagte-trail itong Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park since last year.
That's right. And so, speaking of Soliano, this is the time that he needs to step up because yung last game nila, you know what? I was surprised. He was held scoreless
Yes.
on that game. So magandang sign yan. Dito nakapag-contribute na kagad siya on both ends of the floor.
Hirap na hirap siya last game nila kasi it was against the juniors NCAA MVP Amiel Asido for Paranaque.
Oo. Grabe rin yung nilaro nun, ni Emil Asido. No? Double-double numbers din binigay.
Yung pala yung sinasabi ni Coach Cesar eh. Yun yung sinasabi niya lagi na abangan-abangan. Yung pala yung mga pinapabang niya. As Malonzo knocks it down from the outside.
So that's a good sign din dito for Pampanga Pradera Team Park na nakapag-connect na sila from the outside after several tries.
Yes. Finally, no Coach Pancho. And can that get them going? As look at Soliano. Very, very aggressive on that post-up move.
Yes, if I were the coaches of Elite Basketball PH being headed by Coach KDP and also the Coach Jasper Magno, who's taking the cudgels over in the absence of Coach Aaron Sanchez. We take a look at this lakas shot of the quarter first.
Brought to you by CDO Food Spear, food that brings you home. And as you said, Soliano, actually meron ako naalala. Just looking at this matchup of Soliano and Doral, this is a rematch of the SINAG Liga ASYA Born 2001 finals. Soliano played for NBS Slashers. Doral played for the champions Pampanga Delta.
So that's why they're both familiar with each other. That's why they're taking their matchup on a different level this time around dito sa SLA Junior World Showcase.
Yes. As ngayon, ibigay natin kay Francine Capili for her report on the head coach of Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park, Coach Jay Sierra.
Thank you, Enzo. Hindi daw ina-expect ni Coach Jay Sierra na madadalian sila for this game despite the opponent's previous results. Pero mataas ang kanyang kumpiyansa sa sarili niyang team because most of these boys playing today are homegrown players who train and still live in Pampanga. Kaya naman they've had a lot of practice. Magtiwala lang sa sistema and syempre their good defense would convert into offense and everything will work out for them. Now back to you, Coach Pancho and Enzo.
Thank you so much, Francine, on that update. And yun talaga eh. Halos homegrown nga lahat ng players. Or not halos, lahat talaga ng players na maglalaro ngayon for Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park is homegrown. That's a good layup right there by Jolo Navarro.
That's right. There's no way that itong si Jesse Sabayok can stop that layup from Jolo Navarro.
And now that cuts the lead just down to 3 points. Take a look at this coast-to-coast move galing kay Jolo Navarro. Ang ating lakas fast break of the quarter brought to you by Winzen's Cafe, the official cafe partner of SINAG Liga ASYA. At naputol nung layup na yun ang kalamangan sa tatlo, 14-11.
Sa unang subo hanggang huli, parang kisa aking pisngi. Kain love, love talaga, kahit di sabihin. Feel na love kami. Kain love, love talaga.
You can follow us at all of our social media platforms at SINAG Liga ASYA on both Facebook and Instagram dahil nga 3 laro mahatid namin sa inyo ngayong araw at 3 magkaibang tournaments ang mawi-witness nyo, no, Coach Pancho?
That's right. So a very, very exciting Saturday triple header that we have here. And tingnan mo naman yung simula natin. Leap Basketball PH against Pampanga Pradera Team Park agad. So exciting first game ito. Kita mo naman yung action dito.
Yes, and if you look at it, diba? This doesn't look like one team is nasa taas na standings, yung isa nasa baba, diba?
Yes.
VJ with a spin. Francis attacking the basket. Nabitin lang for pre. Rebounded by Joseph. Pangilinan goes down to VJ. VJ against Rudge. The kick out to Joseph. Rip through move, extra pass. Malonzo, three-pointer. Short yan. Soliano, the tallest man on the floor with the rebound.
Yes, I like the aggressiveness of Rod Soliano in this ball game.
Aggressiveness ba, Coach Pancho? Lebron Lozano with that floater for the first two points of the game. Pangilinan all alone. Wala pa rin, but look at that battle for the board. Finally, a white shirt clears it.
Again, that's another outside shot from Pampanga Pradera Team Park. They're actually unsuccessful on those tries. Nakakaisang connection pa lang sila.
Hirap na hirap ng Coach Pancho. And hirap din access nila makapasok sa loob eh.
Yes, the interior defense of the Leap Basketball PH in this ball game is super. But look at that. Jolo Navarro. Look at the activity on the floor.
Energy guy talaga. Good drop pass. Easy basket.
Oh!
Malonzo just blows the layup. Buti na lang nakuha niya yung offensive rebound.
Yes, and speaking of offensive rebound, that's the department where Pampanga Private Park actually dominates. So even though they're behind, especially yung mga previous games wherein they started slow, doon sila kumukuha ng kumpiyansa in getting those rebounds. That's why talaga nakakarami sila ng mga second chance pass. Doon sila kumukuha ng momentum.
And tandaan natin, yung dalawang pinakabatang player nila, one 17-year-old and one 16-year-old, na parehong 6'7" ang height, nakaupo pa sa bench. Those twin towers of Christian Vergara and Allen Danan. Coach Jay Sierra opting to go small with VJ Pre, Navarro, De La Cruz, Pangilinan, and ito si Malonzo. Opting to go small ball para masabayan siguro yung takbuhan nito ng Leap Basketball.
That's right. And knowing Coach Jay Sierra, you know, he is so calm, he is so cool, he is very confident yung sa kanyang lineup ngayon. He knows that they can take over anytime. So, you know, parang pinifeel niya muna tong moment na to, giving some opportunities to his players. Titignan niya yung flow ng game.
Take a look. They're still down by 3, and Leap Basketball really moving the ball around well. Look at that pass and cut, Coach Pancho, from the post. Soliano to Alvaran.
Yes, this Ken Alvaran is so actually a smart player. He knows the timing of his cut. He's not so flashy, but alam niya yung role niya dito. He's not getting a lot of touches, but once he got those ball touches, talagang productive eh.
Silang dalawa nung gabieta na Coach Pancho. Ganda na ginagawa in this first quarter.
Yes, usually, di ba, alam natin yung tendency ng mga player pag first time lalaro dito, mahiyain or nanggigigil.
Oo.
Pero ito, very composed itong si Ken Alvaran.
And you'd ask the question, di ba, gaano katagal sila nakapag-ensayo for their new team, di ba?
Yes.
And Francis with the rebound. 3-point ang hinahabol dito ng Pampanga Delta. Bad pass there by Joseph. Alvaran against Pangilinan. Alvaran, no good. Good defense by Joseph Pangilinan. Malonzo, no dribble. And the tap goes over to Leap Basketball. Balbuena to Alvaran. Sobrang alang.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of missed shots dito in the transition for both teams.
Soliano gets stripped, pero foul daw yun, sabi ng ating referee. I believe it's gonna be on Jolo Navarro. Minute and 8. 1 minute and 8 seconds. Ito, one of Lubao's finest. Allen Danan comes in. Yan na yung sa mga young towers ng Pampanga, Coach Pancho.
Oo, so ito si Coach Jay Sierra talagang opting to have a big lineup in this ball game. Parang triple towers na yun nandito dahil nandito si VJ Press, si Jolo Navarro.
Another turnover for Pampanga dito sa Leap Basketball. Point blank shots, mintis. Sa Pampanga para sa Team Park naman, turnovers ang marami.
That's right. And I'm so impressed with the sa last game nung Allen Dana. But again,
Impressed ba ka?
wow,
Coach
Ken
Pancho?
Alvaran.
Oo. And yung confidence level niya, di ba, Coach Pancho? Pag salo niya, nakasag off yung defender, titira ko na lang agad to.
Yes, wala kasing idea itong Pampanga Private Team Park kung anong laro meron si Ken Alvaran. Kanina, Ken Alvaran has been scoring a lot inside.
Yes.
Kanina, pinakitaan tayo from the outside.
Balbuena blocked there by Francis. Good save by Pangilinan. Tumatakbo si VJ. Stops, pops. Gets the friendly roll.
And VJ Fred did not play during the last game where they won over the Baliwag. But ito, talagang a much-needed reinforcement for Coach Jay Sierra. Oh, that's why, you know, look at this guy once again. Leading the break.
Totoo. Coach Pancho, look at that. Trying to go coast-to-coast. Di nga lang. Umabot sa oras yun for Francis VJ Pre. And the first time this tournament, for the first time this season, Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park is going to trail, Coach Pancho.
That's right. And Leap Basketball PH so far is having a great start dito sa first quarter. As we take a look at some of the first quarter highlights, Enzo.
Yes, we started off with that Nathan Manarang triple para siguro kay Ma'am Ana Manarang yun for Mother's Day, di ba? Mainit na mainit ang kamay ng mga taga Leap Basketball PH. But syempre, James Malonzo of Pampanga trying to mount a comeback dito, and they did. They were able to cut it down to as close as 1. But guys like Lebron Lozano and etong mga new recruits just like Alvarad ang nag-lead ng way dito for Leap Basketball. That's why they're up by 3 points after the end of the first period, 20-17.
Despite missing a few players, the boys of Pampanga Delta are motivated, if not even more motivated more than ever. Ang sabi nga ni Coach Jay Sierra, ang sabi daw ni Allen Danan, they have something to prove. Kaya naman dahil nabigyan sila ng pagkakataon to play longer instead of quality minutes. And today, Joss will be the main motivator for these boys. Now back to you, Enzo and Coach Pancho.
Thank you so much, Francine. And that is the right mentality from Lubao's finest, Allen Danan, Coach Pancho. May chance ako ngayon makapaglaro ng mas maraming minuto and I'll make the most out of it.
Yes, and speaking of making the most out of it, you know what? Allen Danan scored in double figures, 10 points in just 13 minutes of action. That's how quality minutes that Allen Danan gave nung last game nila.
And actually, na-predict, I wouldn't say ako lang, but all of those people na nagtrabaho dun sa Delta Cup, recently concluded Delta Cup, a few months ago na nag-conclude. Kasi part si Allen Danan nung champion team na level up Lubao, and he made the most out of the minutes na binibigay sa kanya ni Coach James De La Peña, which was their head coach during that tournament. Kada papasok siya. Perfect match sila ni Delfino. Give a screen kay CJ Delfino and then mag-roll lang siya or aabang siya sa dunker spot. And he did the same thing against Baliwag Stars, which talagang nangingibabaw sila ni Christian Vergara dun sa laro na yun.
Yes, the chemistry and the familiarity that those players have built over the past months that they played together, that's one big factor na madadala nila dito sa SLA Junior World Showcase. And it's very evident they're still undefeated. And that's why, if you take a look at the past numbers that they had, especially in those 2 wins, the assist departments talagang parating plus 20 sila. They're always ahead. And grabe rin naman yung sistema dito ni Coach Jay Sierra. Yun talaga yung puhunan nila dito over the other teams. Although, may mga other Pampanga teams tayo. But among them, talagang itong Pampanga Predator team part has the better chemistry among those Pampanga teams.
Yes, but we talked about yun nga, yung blueprint ni Coach Jay Sierra came from, of course, kay Coach Humperdinck Di Matulak and of course, Governor Dennis Delta Pineda. Na, dito naman, tinatry i-replicate ni Coach Ernest Alo and the rest of the Leap Basketball PH coaching staff, diba? They're trying to replicate that. And nakikita natin, eto, another new guy, Mark Gabieta, 5 points in the first quarter, na parang ini-instill nila yung same confidence, same mindset that you talked about na ginagawa nila Coach Jay sa Pampanga, di ba?
That's right. And itong Leap Basketball page, especially that guy na nasa free throw ngayon, si Mark Gabieta, together with Ken Alvaran, full of surprises ang binibigay ng Leap Basketball PH dito. Kaya, di ba, gulat na gulat yung Pampanga Predator team part ng first quarter.
And actually, itong Gabieta, siya yung unang player na dumating dito sa SM SOUTHMALL. Nagre-ready pa lang lahat ng staff dito. Dumating siya. And actually, nagpapaalam siya. Nahihiya lang nung una na pwede daw ba siyang mag-shooting na gano'n. Kaso hindi niya alam kung nasa na yung mga kampi niya. But he was the first one here. Of course, excitement yun. Pero bilang coach, di ba, Coach Pancho, nagugustuhan mo yung mga ganyang players na attitude na first in, last out,
Yes.
di ba?
Oo. It speaks of the character ng isang player. So, doon pa lang makikita mo na he's very eager. Talagang makikita mo sa ethic, sa work ethic niya. Kaya that's why ito, natatranslate sa laro mismo. He's the leading scorer right now. Second lang si Ken Alvarez. So those two new guys are carrying the load for Leap Basketball PH.
What recruits nang galing dito sa Leap Basketball, diba? Mercado from the outside, no go. And the tall trees of Pampanga, nangingibabaw doon.
Kita mo yung Ford Green shirts yung nandun sa inside the paint.
Oh, what a pass! What a block by Mercado!
What a timing.
VJ attack, step through move. Beautiful move from the Tamaraw himself.
Yes, that's one of his arsenal, yung mga ganung step-through drive, di ba? Yung footwork neto ni VJ Pre, talagang every game, he keeps on improving.
Totoo. And ito na naman siya. Trying to barrel his way through. Good strip by LeBron. Lopez. And kita mo yun, tumingin pa si Sabayo sa likod niya. Parang, ano, Christian, habulin mo.
Grabe yung transition plays na yun, coming from the backwards of Leap Basketball Pitch. May naalala ko ron, parang Gio Holalo at Ken Salado ng Arellano.
Oo.
Bus driver, tsaka yung
conductor.
conductor. Kasi parehas maliit yung backcourt ng Leap Basketball Pitch, pero the communication is very clear.
Totoo. One of my favorite backcourts of all time in college basketball yun. Next to the Tamaraw legends, R.R. Garcia and Terence Romo. Yun yung ano ko. Yun yung naabutan ko eh. For sure, ikaw meron ka mga naisip ako. Pero take a look at this. Una ating lakas block of the quarter brought to you by 10107 Management Group Incorporated. Mercado rejecting Francis de la Cruz there. Lozano kicks it to Sabayo. Jesse from the outside. No go. And look at Mercado. Really hustling hard, Coach Pancho, the defense and the offensive rebounding.
Yes, and they're matching up the intensity dito ng Pampanga Pradera Team Park kasi they know that the Pampanga is the #1 team when it comes to rebounding, both defensive and offensive. But in this ball game, as of the moment, Leap Basketball PH showing that we are not intimidated. We will bang our bodies with you talagang. We will crash the board. In fact, sila pa ngayon lamang dito sa rebounds.
And dito natin na for Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park, diba Coach Pancho? Yes, they're a stacked team. Sobrang solid ng team na to. But medyo nararamdaman nila yung absence ng #1 and #2 scores nila. Talking about NU Bulldog Justin Garcia and De La Salle Green Archer Andre Dungo.
Yes. But how many times that we saw a Pampanga team, whether it's a 23 under or 19 under or whatever division that they have, that they played with an incomplete roster, but they were able to dominate.
Totoo.
Because of the pure talent of Pampanga Delta. We know Governor Delta, di ba? Pag bumuo talaga yan, talagang from 1 to 5 positions, second up to the third unit, kompletos recados. And speaking of Governor Delta, belated happy birthday, Governor Delta. Nag-celebration ng birthday na 4 days ago.
Yes, again, on behalf of SINAG Liga ASYA, belated happy birthday po, Governor Dennis Delta Pineda.
The doer.
Yes.
Kung tawagin. Wow,
Look at that move. Traveling nga lang. What a move sa ano doon for Jolo.
Out of balance si Jolo ron eh.
I'm not mistaken, may one more playing year pa ata siya ng Squares, di ba? I don't think he's part of the 7.
He is part of the 7 outgoing players, yes.
As tingnan natin lakas drive of the quarter brought to by CDO Food Spear Food that brings you home. Parang tama raw talaga doon si VJ Pre.
Oo, no, talagang parang effortless si VJ Pre kapag dumadrive.
There's a wide open look para dito kay Lozano is a miss. Charles Dural challenging him from mid-air.
Oh, and don't look now, Enzo. Tied na tayo at 23. Alam natin to, parang minsan itong Pampanga Pradera Team Park, parang diesel eh, no?
Totoo.
Diba?
Pero ito Lozano sets up Sabayo. Jesse blocked right there by Pangilinan. But Jesse gets it back. Nathan sets his feet. Tabingi nga lang for Manarang.
Oo, hindi pa nakaka-connect si Nathan from the outside, no? That's one thing na talagang yun yung kailangan niya dito improve, yung consistency from the outside. Pero kapag pasok na ng kahit isa yan si Nate Manarang, talagang sunod-sunod yun.
Especially andirito ang kanyang beloved parents.
Yes.
Boss Nat and Ma'am Ana is here in attendance.
But this kid, Jolo Navarro, a guy who can legitimately play 1, 2, 3, and 4, di ba, Coach Pancho? And ang ganda nga ng substitution patterns nung pinapanood ko yung Letran Squads this past season 99. Ang ganda ng substitution patterns ni Coach Alan Ricardo. It was either ang nasa floor, George Diamante, who I might say kung saan team siya maglalaro dito sa SINAG Liga ASYA, or itong si Jolo Navarro, di ba?
That's right. And actually, I was there during their championship celebration dun sa Intramuros sa Letran. And we were able to have a short chit chat with their coaches and some of the players. And I've been hearing a lot of great stories from Jolo Navarro, like a blue-collar worker. He knows his role, whatever team he plays. Just like in this team, from Pampanga Pradera, alam niya yung role niya na gagawin dito. And every system talagang nag-fit siya. So yun yung isa sa kagandahan. And I heard a lot of praises from his coaches, from Coach Alan Ricardo down to his assistants during that night, nung victory party ng Letran Sports. And thank you pala kay Father for inviting me.
Yes, Father Vic Calvo, diba? Father Vic,
Pads.
hi po.
Shout out, Pads.
Of course, yun nga yung sipag nga, di ba? Hindi matatawaran. Nabanggit ko naman, konting pahapyaw na rin. And country promotion, mamaya na lang for the Mindanao leg natin sa SINAG Liga Asya as Coach Jay Shera in distraught dahil down pa rin sila by 4 points, 28-24.
Sobrang bilis ba? Iyan ang bilis ng FiberX. Iyan ang internet.
We can see Jolo Navarro. We were talking about him before the timeout, Coach Pancho. Last game, 27 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, 2 steals. Ano bang di niya ginawa?
Wow, monster numbers. Look at that. Double-doubles. And, oh yes, tama ka dun, ha. Lahat ng statistical departments, meron siya dun. And that's why siya yung naging best player of that game, ha. Grabe, a dominating force inside. Yun yung kumpiyansa ng nadadala ng isang back-to-back champions, di ba?
But there's also another thing na gustong-gusto ko dito kay Jolo Navarro, the willingness to defend the other team's best player, di ba?
Yes, actually, yung versatility niya, he can put him in sa wing position. He can even put him in sa 4 or even sa 5 if needed. He can play those.
Speaking of the 5, Coach Pancho, the tallest man on the floor, Rod Soliano with the lakas move of the quarter, brought to you by True Religion Philippines. The power move right there galing dito kay Rod Soliano. As right now, let's turn it over to Francine Capili for her report on the acting head coach of Leap Basketball, Coach Jasper Magno.
Thank you, Enzo. I talked to Leap's acting head coach, Coach Jasper Magdo, and I asked them their plan to capitalize on the loss of key players from Pampanga Delta. And ang sabi nga ni Coach, they really have to maximize every opportunity, lalo na hindi complete ang lineup ng Delta. But still, it's a team effort and he expects his players na magtulungan for every point because it won't be easy going up against their opponent. Now back to you, Coach Pancho and Enzo.
Thank you so much, Francine.
Yeah,
Really, pagkapampangan ng katapat mo, it really won't be easy, di ba? Coach?
Yes, of course. And speaking of maximizing, I agree on her report. Yun yung ginagawa ngayon ng Leap Basketball PH. That's why they're ahead by 6 points. Talagang minamaximize nila yung absences ng ibang mga key players. But of course, I like the efforts that they're doing, but they should always be consistent. They should never stop.
And look at that naman, no? Yung effort nila gets them another opportunity and it catches in para dito kay Nathan Manarang.
Yes, he was left wide open that time because of the good ball movement of Leap Basketball PH. Talagang nalito yung defense ng Pampanga doon.
Much better off-ball movement.
Yes.
But look at that, grabe naman yun. DJ Pre, I mean, number 15 commits to FEU. I mean, bright future for this kid, especially he's gonna be under Coach Sean Chambers,
Yes,
diba?
of course. And yeah, kapanahunan ko yan si Sean Chambers during his playing years sa Alaska. And he's been the resident important type. Siya yung Justin Brownlee ngayon ng Ginebra. And knowing Coach Tim Cone, talagang kapag nagustuhan ka sa sistema niya, ikaw at ikaw ang kukunin yan. And Sean Chambers is that guy during those times na napapanood ko.
It was, parang parte yun ng mga rare mga returning imports ni Coach Tim Cone, di ba, nagustuhan niya? Of course, nandyan si Marcus Blakely, Denzel Bowles, and then Justin Brownlee na for Barangay Ginebra, di ba? But Sean Chambers was the OG sa Alaska. Speaking of, look at that. Eto na naman si Alvaran, Coach Pancho.
Right. The new kids on the block, talagang announcing their presence right here in a good way.
Sabi naman yun. Rod Soliano again, being a factor there. Wala tuloy pumunta dun kay Alvaran just to get the rebound from him.
That's right. He is the lone big man right there who's been battling those 4 green shirt giants, green shirt players dito. Sa yung mga tapik-tapik niya, malaking bagay yon. And Ken Alvaran is always ready. Kita mo naman.
And actually, nakasama namin to si Rod Soliano sa La Union when
Oh,
SLA
yes.
goes to La Union. And nakikita ko, sponge tong batan to. Kasi nagkaroon ng interval between the camp and the All-Star game. nagkaroon ng brownout in between bago mag-start yung All-Star game. And si Rod Soliano, tinabihan si Coach Yancy De Ocampo, VPD Trading, and Coach EJ File. Tinabihan niya, was being a sponge, kinakausap, humihingi ng tips from the PBA legends, di ba?
Yun yung dapat. Yun yung dapat talaga. Especially for a young player, an aspirant just like this, guys, di ba? Yun talaga. Yun yung number one na important step na kailangan gawin talaga. And marunong ha, alam niya kung sinong tatanungin, sinong lalapitan. Question, tinanong ka ba niya nung nasa La Union kayo? Nilapitan ka rin ba niya?
Ay, ano yung lapitan na ano? Paano ba? Ano ba tinanong? Let's take a look at this pull-up jumper right here by Jolo Navarro, our lakas shot of the quarter, brought to by CDO Foods, Beer Food that brings you home. What a move there by Jolo, but still down pa rin sila by 8 points, 36-28.
J Project Clothing Shop has been a sublimation company for a long time. We have evolved by proving quality and top-notch products for our customers. The design jerseys are carefully examined and printed in a quality machine that produces a fast printing, the biggest machine in the printing industry. In the sewing section, all the sewing experts use quality thread, needles and machine to make the product good-looking and durable. We customize clothing and sportswear in full sublimation. What are you waiting? Visit us now.
This SINAG Liga Asya Junior World Showcase Philippines Born 2004 is brought to you by True Religion Philippines brand jeans. As we can see, our chairman, Boss Rocky Chan, and the proud father of Nathan Manarang, Boss Nat Manarang, in attendance dito. And of course, our COO himself, Coach Leo Isaac, the legend.
Of course, the legend and always in attendance. Talagang always present, hindi yung ma-absent. Coach Leo Isaac. Totoo. Parating nagtatrabaho na nakakain na. Hindi yan nagtatrabaho na walang kain.
Kundi tatanungin ka niya na. Kumain ka. Soliano gets blocked there by VJ.
Oh, great defense that time by VJ, pre.
Francis, what a block there by Rudge.
Great anticipation. Alam niya na paangat na no? Si France, no? Using his length.
Grabe, the confidence each and every game. Tumataas ng tumataas yung kumpiyansa dito ni Rod Soliano. As Malonzo slides through down to VJ. Wanted to throw it down but natabigan ni Rod Soliano ulit.
Tatlo yung nag-challenge sa kanya doon. Ha? That's why na-bothered yung shot niya.
Pampanga's not getting the same looks as they were in the last two ball games ng Coach Pancho.
Pero itong opensa dito ng Leap Basketball, very patient, hindi sila nagmamadali. They're looking for an open guy. Look at this. They know how to attack the gaps. Yun lang, medyo parang nabati ko. Pinupuri ko na sila doon sa movement nila. Pero I'm so impressed so far, ha?
Totoo. And they're doing this. Sinabi natin, ang Pampanga Delta, wala yung top 2 scores nila. Leap also doing this without TJ Triste and Joshua Bolante.
Yes. But a much-needed basket here for courtesy of France de la Cruz for Pampanga.
May agaw pa siya dito to beat the buzzer. No good nga lang yun for Francis. But some activity galing dito sa Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park towards the end of the half. But this half belongs dito sa panig ng Leap Basketball PH. Hindi nila pinalamang ang Pampanga dito sa first half, Coach Pancho.
Exactly. The collective effort of the Leap Basketball PH being headed by the new kids on the block. Itong si Ken Albaran, ito si Mark Gabieta, providing ample support dito para kay Rod Soliano, proving that they still have a lot of gas in their tank dito despite Coach Ernest Alaw not here in this ball game, but you know, they are so motivated. They want to get that upset, and more importantly, they want to end that losing streak. But we still have a lot of basketball in this second half to look forward to, Enzo.
Tama ka dyan, Coach Pancho, and that's our halftime score, 36-31 in favor of Leap Basketball PH. Kapit na po mga kasinag, we will be right back dito sa SINAG Liga Asya Junior World Showcase Philippines. What is up mga kasinag? It is the Chief Enzo Galarosa at andirito po tayo for the SLA Inspire SINAG Liga Asya Basketball Clinic in partnership with Leap Basketball PH. Liga na!
Go, ready, stretching.
Unang-una, talagang mag-enjoy yung mga bata. Tapos pangalawa na lang din yung pagde-develop sa kanila kasi makuha lang natin sila na mag-enjoy, maglaro ng basketball hanggang sa pagtanda. Mission success na tayo doon. Kaya by doing this, talagang grateful kami sa SLA family na talagang nagdala sila ng 75 or plus na mga bata para mag-enjoy at matuto.
Ang dami nag-i-invite sa atin para sa ganitong basketball clinic sa mga lugar-lugar kung saan pupunta ang SINAG Liga Asya para sa buong Pilipinas, sa buong barangay. SINAG Liga Asya, asahan niyo po kami na tutulong kami, pati po ang SLA Legend. Abangan niyo mamaya yan, maglalaro sila. Kaya napakaswerte natin kasi General Ronald Lee, kahit na very busy, naisip niya itong basketball clinic na to para sa Bawang La Union. Para po sa lahat ng makapanood nito, sakay na para sa SINAG Liga Asya.
Dapat hindi matapos dito ngayon. Kailangan tuloy-tuloy yung programa natin. Yan ang pinakamaganda dyan. Siyempre, sa tulong ni General Lee, mga ganitong mga basketball clinic at tulong ng SLA at ng LIP, ituloy natin ang programa para sa mga kabataan.
Two claps! Two claps! Okay, go, water break.
Thank you kay General Lee and sa mga tao na nag-organize ng event na to. I believe na madami pang magiging kasunod to, hindi lang dito sa Bawang La Union, kundi sa buong parte ng Pilipinas. Kaya please keep on supporting SINAG Liga Asya and Leap Basketball PH para malay nyo next time, dyan naman kami sa mga lugar nyo.
At yan po mga kasinag, dyan na po magtatapos ang ating SINAG Liga Asya Inspire Basketball Clinic in collaboration with Leap Basketball PH. Tutok lang po kayo kung saan kami susunod nang magbibigay inspirasyon sa mga kabataan. Once again, ako po si Enzo Galarosa of SINAG Liga Asya. We are one.
J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
Sobrang bilis ba? Yan ang bilis ng FiberX. Yan ang internet.
Sa unang subo hanggang huli, parang kisa aking pisngi. Kain love, love talaga, kahit di sabihin. Feel na love kami. Kain love, love talaga.
J Project Clothing Shop has been a sublimation company for a long time. We have evolved by proving quality and top-notch products for our customers. The design jerseys are carefully examined and printed in a quality machine that produces a fast printing, the biggest machine in the printing industry. In the sewing section, all the sewing experts use quality thread, needles and machine to make the product good-looking and durable. We customize clothing and sportswear in full sublimation. What are you waiting? Visit us now.
What is up mga kasinag? It is the Chief Enzo Galarosa at andirito po tayo for the SLA Inspire Sinag Liga Asya Basketball Clinic in partnership with Leap Basketball PH. Liga na!
Go, ready, stretching.
Unang-una, talagang mag-enjoy yung mga bata. Tapos pangalawa na lang din yung pagde-develop sa kanila kasi makuha lang natin sila na mag-enjoy, maglaro ng basketball hanggang sa pagtanda. Mission success na tayo doon. Kaya by doing this, talagang grateful kami sa SLA family na talagang nagdala sila ng 75 or plus na mga bata para mag-enjoy at matuto.
Ang dami nag-i-invite sa atin para sa ganitong basketball clinic sa mga lugar-lugar kung saan pupunta ang SINAG Liga Asya para sa buong Pilipinas, sa buong barangay. SINAG Liga Asya, asahan niyo po kami na tutulong kami, pati po ang SLA Legend. Abangan niyo mamaya yan, maglalaro sila. Kaya napakaswerte natin kasi General Ronald Lee, kahit na very busy, naisip niya itong basketball clinic na to para sa Bawang La Union. Para po sa lahat ng makapanood nito, sakay na para sa SINAG Liga Asya.
Dapat hindi matapos dito ngayon. Kailangan tuloy-tuloy yung programa natin. Yan ang pinakamaganda dyan. Siyempre, sa tulong ni General Lee, mga ganitong mga basketball clinic at tulong ng SLA at ng LEAP, ituloy natin ang programa para sa mga kabataan.
Two claps! Two claps! Okay, go, water break.
Thank you kay General Lee and sa mga tao na nag-organize ng event na to. I believe na madami pang magiging kasunod to, hindi lang dito sa Bawang La Union, kundi sa buong parte ng Pilipinas. Kaya please keep on supporting SINAG Liga Asya and Leap Basketball PH para malay nyo next time, dyan naman kami sa mga lugar nyo.
At yan po mga kasinag, dyan na po magtatapos ang ating SINAG Liga Asya Inspire Basketball Clinic in collaboration with Leap Basketball PH. Tutok lang po kayo kung saan kami susunod nang magbibigay inspirasyon sa mga kabataan. Once again, ako po si Enzo Galarosa of SINAG Liga Asya. We are one.
Good afternoon mga kasinag. Before we continue to the second half of our game, we are here today with Coach Mark Henson for Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park for a halftime interview. Ngayon po Coach, for our first question, madami po sa players nyo ang may commitment sa ibang schools. Paano nyo po na ma-manage yung mga trainings and preparation despite this?
Minsan nawawala sila, minsan may sakit. Yung iba namin mga point guard may sakit. Yun lang, kaya nahihirapan medyo wala kami point guard talaga.
Ngayon po, medyo nagsistruggle to build momentum ang inyong team. Ano po ang plano nyo na adjustments this second half para makahabol?
Depensa, at saka medyo may kumpiyansa nila nawawala. Saka box out, medyo nawawala din. Kaya pagpasok namin sa dugout, binigyan namin konting preparation second half.
Ayun, Coach, I'm giving you the opportunity po para magpasalamat and batiin yung mga gusto nyong batiin.
Binabati ko si Governor Delta Pineda, saka yung mga staff namin, mga coaches namin, yun lang. Saka yung pamilya ko. Okay lang.
And that is it for our halftime interview. Now I'm giving it back to Enzo and Coach Pancho.
Thank you so much, Francine. And also thank you so much to Coach Mark Henson, the assistant coach of Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park, as ang kanilang kupunan is currently down by 5 points at the half. 31-36. You're still joined by Enzo Galarosa and the wise man, Coach Pancho Alfonso. And Coach Pancho, a shocking development in that first half with the way Leap basketball played. What stood out for you the most?
That's right, and very surprisingly, especially for me, sa tagal kong kino-cover itong Pampanga, ito na yata yung first time na nakita ko based on the numbers na they got out-rebounded.
Yes.
Points in the paint, lamang yung Leap Basketball PH, and then they have more turnovers, obviously, dito against the Leap Basketball PH for Pampanga. That's why they're behind dito sa first half of action. But let's see, ito yung interesting dito. This is how Pampanga Pradera Team Park will be tested. As we all know, with the veteran coaches that they have, yung adjustments sa second half.
Yes, but for Leap basketball, just continue doing what they're doing, diba? Feed Rudge from underneath and then get shooters like Nathan Manarang going, and then of course the new kids on the block, as you said, diba, Coach Pancho? Ang ganda ng nilalaro ni Mark Gabieta and ni Ken Alvaran in this first half. Let's see if they can sustain it all throughout para ma-break na nila yung kanilang 4-game losing streak dito Dahil nga, double round robin nga itong ating 19 under, but they still have to get up there sa standings ni Coach Pancho.
That's right. And speaking of Ken Alvaran, he was the leading scorer dito for League Basketball PH. Pampanga Pradera Team Park had no idea who is Ken Alvaran or who is itong Mark Gabriel, but after seeing them playing in this first half, they have an idea right now. As we take a look at the halftime stats, look at the field goal percentage. Although League Basketball PH has a lower percentage, but the rebounding department, unlikely for the Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park. But the assist department, look at that. Despite the new players playing for League Basketball, they had better assists. So they have better communication, resulting for second chance points because of the aggressiveness of those towering big men dito ng League Basketball PH, courtesy of Brad Soliano.
12 offensive rebounds going to 12 second chance points.
Yep.
Up. 1 point per offensive rebound as we see the leading scorers dito at half. Ken Alvaran leads all scorers in his debut game with 11 points. Nathan Manarang with 9. Mark Gabieta in his debut also with 6 points. And Rod Soliano with 4 points. Para naman sa panig dito ng Pampanga Delta, Malonzo leads them with 9 points. BJ Pre with 8. Francis De La Cruz with 7. And Jolo Navarro with 5 points. But as we know, tale of two halves ang basketball, Coach Pancho, and Pampanga Delta, or I would even say the entire Pampanga roster, regardless of what level of basketball it is, youth, pro, kahit anong level, they're always a second half team. They're much better coming off the halftime.
That's right.
Ito nga, as what Coach Mark Henson said sa interview nila ni Francine kanina, Coach Pancho, medyo nahihirapan sila because they don't have that pure point guard on the floor. Pride of San Fernando, Justin Garcia, not here. May sakit daw. And also, the combo guard, the mythical 5 from the UST Tiger Cubs, now commits to LaSalle. Andre Dungo wala din ngayon.
Especially, no, yung Andre Dungo, no, yung last game's numbers, double-double din. Talagang yung duo nila ni Jolo Navarro noon, talagang spectacular numbers yung pinakita nila. And then, all of a sudden, wala siya dito sa game na to. That's why, nag-struggle itong Pampanga Pradera Team Park to start this ball game.
Yes, but that time, good read by Francis De La Cruz to fight over the screen, Coach Pancho.
Right.
As VJ steps back. No good yan. Francis with an offensive board. De La Cruz spins. De La Cruz, the hook shot. Wala yun. And look at that rebound galing dito kay LeBron.
Tignan mo yung possession na yun. Lahat may challenge. First possession ni VJ Pre. Pa-drive na siya. Nagdalawang isip. Talagang interior defense ng League Basketball PH still giving a lot of problems dito for Pampanga. And very unlikely.
And this is the good. I've been waiting to ask you this question, Coach Pancho, kasi I've been watching a lot and listening to a lot of podcasts recently, especially nung nagkasakit ako. And there was a question posed by a lot of former NBA players and analysts sa mga podcast nila. Is the pure point guard breed slowly dying in the youth basketball?
Slowly dying, I may agree, because before, during our time, yung pagsabing point guard, facilitator, pass first, ganyan-ganyan. But the thing is, nag-evolve yung basketball.
Right.
Even the forwards, even the center can bring down the ball. So, naging positionless na yung basketball. So, hindi mo na rin masasabing point guard ka, ito lang ang role mo. May mga combo guard na nga, di ba?
Yes.
Before, wala yung mga ganon. So, pag sinabing point guard ka, shooting guard ka lang. So, ngayon, sa evolvement kasi ng basketball, maybe that's one of the reasons.
And actually, ito talaga yung game na binilugan ko to ask you that question. Kasi if you look at, although wala ngayon yung dalawang players sana nasasabihin ko, na quote-unquote modern day point guards na scoring guards, di ba? Wala si DJ Triste for Leaf Basketball and wala si Justin Garcia para sa Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Parks, di ba? Those are the new age of point guards, new breed of point guards na parang mga Kyrie, Steph Curry, scoring type of point guards. Parang nawawala na gone are those mga Chris Paul type point guards, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, diba?
Actually, meron pa rin, but kasi nag-level up na eh. Skills-wise, diba? Talagang nag-iba. Even sa skills training, may science na eh.
Yes.
May science na, may systemized na yung mga skills na. Nagkalat na nga yung mga basketball camps, yung clinics. Dati, pag sinabing basketball camp, mga fundamentals lang. Ngayon, talagang upgraded na rin yung mga tinuturo. And Jolo Navarro finishing that fast break layup.
Kala ko sasalpak ni Jolo Navarro. Yun, he was trying to nabitin lang siguro in mid-air. But take a look at this run galing dito sa Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park in a 4-0 run. Francis with that layup there. And ito yung Jolo Navarro near dunk attempt. 4-0 run for Pampanga Delta. And that cuts the lead down to 2, 39-37.
Sa unang subo hanggang huli, parang kisa aking pisngi. Kain love, love talaga, kahit di sabihin. Feel na love kami. Kain love, love talaga.
Sobrang bilis ba? Yan ang bilis ng FiberX. Yan ang internet.
Back here inside the SM Events Hall in SM SOUTHMALL as the Leap Basketball clinging on to now with just a 2-point lead, Coach Pancho.
Yes, and Coach Jay Shera using a big lineup right here dito sa Pampanga Pradera Team Park.
Big yet versatile, Coach Pancho, di ba? Interchangeable lahat eh.
Yes, kaya if in case na kailangan ng switching defense dito, talagang parang walang pinagbago.
Oh, but beautiful shot there by Leandro Mercado.
Oh, even Leandro Mercado is contributing dito for Leap Basketball PH. Leap Basketball PH is playing an inspired ball game dito for them.
Yes, maybe it's because of the absence of their head coach, di ba? And Leap Basketball PH's founder, Leap Basketball Camp PH founder, Coach Ernest Alaw, wala ngayon.
Right, and let's commend the coaching staff dito who's taking the cudgels for Coach Ernest Alaw, Coach KDP, and Coach Gasper Mando, and si BJ De Pedro.
But again, Ken Alvaran, Coach Pancho, the leading scorer of this ball game with that putback as Joseph short pa rin. Talagang wala pang tama from the three-point arc. Itong si Joseph Pangilinan really struggling.
Right. That's one of the missing link dito for Pampanga Pradera Team Park. Yung kanilang outside shooting, talagang inefficient so far.
Oh, bad shot there. Galing dito kay Lozano. Hit the side of the backboard. Malonzo on the run. 2-on-4. Malonzo gumawa ng paraan itong si James.
Yes. James Malonzo is actually the leading scorer dito for the Pampanga Pradera team. He's been the lone bright spot. Not lone, but because BJ Pre is helping him dito when it comes to scoring. And also, Jolo Navarro. So, I stand corrected that time. He's not the lone bright spot. One of the bright spots dito for Pampanga Pradera team. Kasi kaya ako sinasabi yun, nadadala ako because hindi ako sanay na nakikita yung Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park team na nado-dominate.
Yes.
Especially itong Leap Basketball PH na, you know, who's coming off a four losing skid, di ba?
Yes. And yun nga, di ba, yung bisa na yung mata natin. I mean, the last time we saw them struggle was a year ago in a different tournament, di ba? And they were up against the Letran Squires, di ba? And ngayon, they're facing off a team that's mightily struggling, but right now finding their rhythm itong Leap Basketball. So talagang perfect yung game story natin. They're going their separate ways talaga ng dalawa.
And malaking bagay, no? Yung mga backcourt players, yung facilitators na wala ngayon sa game na to. Kasi they're the one who's directing traffic, orchestrating the plays.
So, Coach Panchos, there's a 3-second violation gonna be whistled on Leonardo Mercado. Nagka-apologize agad itong si Leo Mercado sa coaching staff niya dahil alam niya na ang tagal nga naman niya nakakampo sa ilalim.
Yes, one of the miscues dito na Leap Basketball PH.
Very, very miscue for them, diba? They've been almost picture perfect as Navarro tries from the outside, no go.
Look at that, another outside shot from Pampanga Pradera Team Park.
Even VJ Prez attempting shots from the outside, Coach Pancho.
Because they're having a hard time going inside the paint because of their interior defense dito. Napakahigpit. Imagine, VJ Prez, Jolo Navarro hesitating to drive.
Yes.
Diba?
And ito yung question ko, Coach Pancho. Are they also struggling from the field because they don't have a pure shot creator?
Yes, but before I can actually elaborate on that, let's turn it over to our courtside reporter, Francine.
Yes, dahil may report siya on Jessie Sabayo of Leap Basketball PH. France?
Para naman sa player ng Leap that really shows us that heart matters over height na si Jessie Ceballo, who scored 14 points against the Parañaque Pelicans. Ang sabi niya, even if they're leading the game now, hindi pa rin basta-basta ang panalo dahil Pampanga players pa rin ang kalaban. Even without the main players, it will still be a challenging game. Kaya focus pa rin daw sila sa game as a team and they will celebrate the win once they have it. Now back to you, Coach Enzo. Coach Pancho and Enzo.
Thank you so much, France. Pinromote mo ako doon. All kidding aside, tama yun, di ba, Coach Pancho?
Yes.
Heart over height ito si Jessie Sabayo. And syempre, kahit Pampanga to, they will try and do their best, di ba? He fires from the outside. And yung last game nga nitong ni Sabayo against Parañaque, dun nga ang dami nga, even the Parañaque coaches were impressed sa kanya.
Kasi those were rare players na talagang, diba? Yung breed na ganyan, na you're undersized, tapos you're small, but you're playing, you're giving big impact into the game, especially to your team. That's like he's playing major minutes right now. Pansin mo. He's not scoring, but his defense, the way he set up his play, yun yung nawawala sa Pampanga Pradera Team Park. And in connection kanina sa question mo, hindi sanay sila BJ Pre, sila Jolo Navarro, because sanay sila na sila yung sineset up nung nila Elijah Yusi, nila Dungo. Kaya madali yung basketball sa kanila. In this ball game, sila yung nagke-create nung kanilang mga shots.
Doon mo talaga makikita yung dynamic of a team ng Coach Pancho. Now, once you lose someone, dun mo makikita na there are still holes in this young players' games. And that's not a bad thing kasi 19 under pa lang to.
Yes.
A lot of them still have 1 or 2 more playing years for the juniors level. And a lot of them tatawid pa lang to the seniors level in college, diba? So, medyo not a bad thing to say pa yun kasi you still have a lot of time to work on those skills.
That's right. And knowing Pampanga Pradera Team Park, talagang walang pinapalagpas na tournament to. Lahat sinasalihan. And that's one thing. What's one beautiful thing about Pampanga? Talagang they're not wasting any time for any opportunities that brings improvement, especially sa development ng mga young players na mga Kapampangan.
Totoo. And of course, spearheading that is none other than Governor Dennis Delta Pineda, diba?
Of course.
And also Coach Alan Trinidad.
Yes.
Ito, pero itong Deep Basketball PH, Coach Ernest. Nakikita natin yung fruits of his labor na talaga, Coach Pancho. And also Coach KDP, di ba yung mga coaching clinics na ina-attendan nila.
Right.
Yung mga pinagko-coacha nila, hindi lang isa. Hindi lang itong Leap Basketball ang kino-coach nito nila Coach Ernest, ni Coach KDP, Coach BJ, and Coach MJ. They have entered almost all of the tournaments sa SINAG Liga Asya. Meron silang entry palagi, di ba, na team. And right now, sa tatlo, 3 out of 3 sila.
Yeah, that's where you can grow. That's where you gain a lot of experience, actual experience. Let's take a look at this. Great defensive stance by VJ Pre, forcing an offensive foul dito kay Rod Soliano.
Kitang-kita doon yung ward off eh. And again, that's the next step para dito kay Rod Soliano doon. The shot creation and even yung mid-range jumper niya, di ba? Wala pa siya ganong yung soft touch kung tawagin.
Yes. On that play, sa replay, that's how you play Rod Soliano if you want to contain him. You want him to get the ball from the outside. Hindi yung malapit na sa shaded lane because one spin move or one half step lang sa haba ni Rod Soliano, di ba? You want him to take dribbles to get into the basket. Mas dun mo siya madedepensahan.
Right here, there's a new player for Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park, Mico Fernandez, number 55.
Yes.
Another big man, and from the looks of it, batang-bata pa, Coach Pancho. Kita mo yung katawan, very raw talent pa tong Mico Fernandez na to. This is his first game.
That's right. So, tingnan mo yung Pampanga Pradera Team Park. Kung may sorpresa tong Leap Basketball Page, sila rin. Meron din parang surprise package dito, courtesy of Mico Fernandez. Let's see what he can bring to the table.
Never late than never. Better late than never talaga no, Coach Pancho. Still down pa itong Pampanga Delta again. Pampanga has only led in this ball game once, 23-24. That was back in the second quarter.
Right. But what amazed me as well dito for Pampanga, despite not playing their usual style of brand of basketball, they're only... pero ito, sasabihin ko sana, they're done, but they're ahead na dito. Diba?
The pride of Bacolor, Pampanga, the youngest of the Pangilinan trio. Joseph with that three-pointer. Finally, unang tama pa lang niya for the outside din, Coach Pancho.
Right. What a way to get your first connection, di ba? In this ball game. Siya pa yung panlamang dito.
Oo. That could get itong streak shooter, the former Tiger Cub, Joseph Pangilinan, going. Malonzo gives it to Joseph. Wants a screen from Charles. They swing it over to the other side. A traveling violation nga lang na ipito dito kay VJ Pre.
That's right. So great defense by Mark Gabieta that time. Ang ganda ng footwork niya doon. Kaya nakapag-turn over doon si VJ Pre.
You can see yung additions, di ba? Yung Gabieta. And also, yung kanina, itong Mercado naglaro na. But yung Gabieta, Mercado, this front court, they're actually playing defense, Coach Pancho. Di ba? Naaapektuhan yung buong kupunan dito ng League Basketball. They're also playing defense like as if championship game to. Here comes Malonzo. A minute and 18 natitira. Joseph. Wants a screen from Charles. Oh, good strip by LeBron.
Look at that. Pickpocket move, ba?
Oh.
Harap-harapan yun, Enzo.
Totoo, they just ripped that ball away. Leo gets blocked right there.
He was blocked by Charles Dural. Parang he's saying, enough is enough.
Nagalit ito si Charles Dural. Was one of the late additions last season ng Born not last season, the inaugural season of SINAG Liga Asya's Born 2001 Cup. Nung si Charles Dural, nung umexit yung mga UAAP and NCAA players for Pampanga Delta in that tournament. Charles Dural together with Jeremy Guarino, yung mga players na nadagdag doon. And ito naman, speaking of dagdag, the leading scorer for Pampanga, Pradera Theme Park, James Malonzo, lights it up from the three-point land once again.
Yes, so his outside shooting is actually keeping them into this ball game, lalo-lalo to si James Malonzo.
Oh, bawi naman dito. Ito si Lebron Lozano.
Hindi pa tayo tapos kay James Malonzo. So si Lozano naman bumawi agad.
Sabi siguro ni Lebron, you come at the king, you best not miss. Ito na naman si Lebron. LJL hands it off to Sabayo. Jesse wants a screen from Mercado. Final 9 seconds of this third period. Sabayo gets denied there, I believe, by Malonzo. So
yeah.
James Malonzo, Coach Pancho, doing it on both ends.
That's right. So not a good idea here for Jesse Sabayo going to the land of the Giants on that possession.
But KDP puts back in itong si Alvaran and Nathan Manarang on the floor. Some more floor spacing and more height for the final possession of the third period. Mercado receives it. 5 seconds left on the time. Lozano makes his move. Pick and roll with Mercado.
Oh!
Great execution right there.
Wow, just in time, Enzo.
To beat the buzzer, that pocket pass galing kay LeBron James. Lozano dishing it over to Leonardo Mercado. In that jump shot, Coach Pancho, quick trigger. Take a look at that. Once again dito sa ating replay. Great recognition of nasan yung defenders in that pocket pass.
And look at the time.
Oo, abot.
Abot talaga, no? Just in time. What an execution and what a way to end this third quarter that we have here. Look at this one more time.
Grabe, nothing but net para dito kay Mercado. Our referees still haven't decided yet, but I think we know this, what's the decision going to be, Coach Pancho, based on that replay as right now. It is official na. 48 all ang ating score. 2-3 quarters Leaf Basketball and Pampanga Delta. Who will go with a W while they're going their separate ways dito? Malalaman po natin yan sa ating pagbabalik dito sa SINAG Liga Asya Junior World Showcase Philippines. Kayo pa rin po ay nakatutok dito sa continuing coverage ng SINAG Liga Asya's. Of course, tomorrow is the day we will celebrate ang ating Mother's Day dito. Thank you po sa lahat ng mga nanay na nandito. As we can see, some of the mothers of the players dito, or maybe even some of the fans na nanay dito, Coach Pacho. I can see Ma'am Ana Manarang right here. I can see Ma'am Janice Chan,
Yes.
Ate Jelly Quezon, Ma'am Molina Tiburcio. Of course,
Right.
happy Mother's Day to Tita Jovelyn
Thank you,
Alfonso.
thank you.
Of
And,
course, Ma'am Tin Santiago, Ma'am Pia Isaac, di ba?
Yes, and happy Mother's Day to your mom, Enzo,
Thank
and
you,
to
Coach.
my mom also, Ma'am Rory, and sa wife ko, kay Joby. Kasi tomorrow, Mother's Day, hindi ako magko-cover dito, but you'll still have games. But let's take a look at those quarters scoring, di ba? Talagang Leap Basketball still ahead, but come third quarter, it was the time of Pampanga Pradera Team Park to finally took one quarter, di ba? Usually talagang every quarter sila yung nagdo-dominate when it comes to scoring, but third quarter talagang nalamangan na laro yung Leap Basketball PH. That's why we are tied. This is our fourth deadlock only in this ball game.
Totoo, Coach Pancho. The shocking part is, you notice 17, 14, 17. No quarter for Pampanga exceeded 20 points. And this is the team that scored over 105 points in their debut game dito sa SINAG Liga Asya.
That's right. So I thought that itong Pampanga Predator Team Park is starting to feel the pressure because they're undefeated. Of course, they don't want their pressure to be coming from the Leap Basketball team, who's been dying to, putulin yung kanilang losing skid.
Totoo. Francis from the outside, no go pa rin, but he gets his offensive rebound. Joseph will try again. Short, BJ try to keep it alive. He does. The effort for Pampanga starting to show.
Yan yung strength nila, yung rebounding department. That's one thing that they kept them into this ball game. But again, another miss dito for BJ Prep because of the defense na dito ng Leap Basketball PH. Oh!
Sayang yun para dito kay Gabieta. I mean, Leap Basketball is playing a near-perfect game without several of their key players. Walang DJ Triste, walang Joshua Bulante, walang Carl Kulanay who had 21 points and 9 rebounds last game, di ba?
Yes.
Grabe ang nilalaro nila.
It's because of their effort, and so talagang yun yung puhunan nila rito, which is the right thing to do. Effort. Talaga. And kita mo kung paano sila dumepensa, the way they close out. That's why lots of outside shots dito for Pampanga Predator Team Park. Ayan, nakasteal pa sila.
Totoo. It would have been an easy 2 for Pampanga, but there is a block there, and that's going to be a traveling violation. Grizzled on Sabayo.
Yes. Although Sabayo has the right thing in mind, but, nakakailang drive na siya kanina, but he's getting blocked.
Totoo, as Francis still misses from the outside. Joseph gets another offensive rebound for Pampanga.
Dumadami na yung offensive rebound dito ng Pampanga Predator Team Park.
But they're still struggling to convert, Coach Pancho. Francis
again.
Stepping on the sideline naman ngayon.
Grabe yung pag-close out ng mga players ng Leap Basketball PH dito. That's why, kundi turnovers, missed shots ang nabibigay dito for Pampanga Delta.
And right now, let's turn it over to Francine Capili dahil she has a report on Nathan Manarang of Leap Basketball PH.
Again, for the side of Leap, isa lang ang sagot ng kanilang players when I asked about their confidence going up against Pampanga Delta. No one in their team underestimates the players from Pampanga. Even Nathan Manarang, who plays for Luwid 1 Kapampangan, he says that kahit makalamang sila sa Delta, they're still the underdogs and their focus is bouncing back from their previous loss, especially with Pampanga's height advantage and experience. Kaya naman, they would have to work twice as hard to bounce back. Now, back to you, Enzo and Coach Pancho.
Thank you so much, Francine, on that update. And yun nga, Nathan Manarang also plays for Luwid 1 Kapampangan in the 23 under natin dito sa SINAG Liga Asya. Together with Rod Soliano under Coach Jonathan Benedict Buan.
Yep.
So kung may konting Kapampangan na, di ba? Representation sila. Ito, tumatakbo na naman, VJ against one more defender. Sobra naman, again, Alvaran bothering VJ Pre.
That could have been an easy layup dito. Automatic 2-pointer kay VJ Pre. But Ken Alvaran talagang not giving up.
Not giving up. Baka mo, Coach Pancho, look at him. Getting that offensive rebound and has a chance to shoot 2 free throws pa dito.
Wow, grabe. I really love the effort of this Ken Alvaran for Leap Basketball PH. What a surprise for me.
Yes, ito, Coach Pancho, 3 minutes have already passed. 3 minutes and 13 seconds have already passed through the quarter. Wala pang team na nakaka-score. And baka sabihin ng iba, pareho palang walang team na nakaka-score. This is, for me, this is much more impressive on the part of Leap Basketball. holding this talented Pampanga Delta team scoreless for 3 minutes and 13 seconds.
Yes, exactly. And so this start of the fourth quarter turned into a defensive game in this ball game. So what a way to start this Saturday triple header that we have in this SLA Junior World Showcase Mother's Day special weekend, di ba? Grabe.
Parang pinanood data nila kanina yung New York Knicks Indiana Pacers Game 3. As finally a bucket here for either squad. VJ Pre scores the first 2 points of the ball game at the 6-minute and 34-second mark.
Look at that, diba? That's the first field goal of this fourth quarter.
Grabe, tagal nun, ha?
Yes.
Can Leap answer. Gabieta. Good defense there by VJ Pre, moving his feet.
Yes, and the communication between VJ Pre and Jolo Navarro that time, ha? Yung switching defense nila.
Of course, another part din kasi kung bakit sobrang dominant throughout last year nung na-cover natin the Pampanga Delta Pradera Theme Park was because they also had the #1 high school player dun sa kanilang lineup, which is a three-pointers knocked down by Francis De La Cruz, which was Ryle Melencio, the son of Coach Richie Melencio, di ba? But ngayon, wala nang Ryle, still recovering from that ACL injury. Get well soon, Ryle, di ba? But yun nga, walang Ryle. For the first 2 games, no problem. But again, Ryle was that parang mismatch creator, di ba, Coach Pancho? As another miss from the outside. Look at that rebound na naman. The effort galing dito kay Alvaran. And they give it to Raj. Up fake, sobra lang.
Yes, nag-hesitate pa si Raj Soliano ron. Look at that.
Grabe naman denial na yun ni VJ as Mercado misses. Fight for the rebound.
But look at them.
First
They're
to
still
the
not
floor.
giving up, di ba?
Keeping
the ball alive.
Knocks down the 3. The Mighty Mouse does it once again.
Wow, Mighty Mouse saves the day, especially on that possession for Leap Basketball PH. Only down by 2, halfway through in this fourth quarter.
And look at that, dinedemand na dito ni VJ Pre yung bola, Coach Pancho.
Yes.
But may double team agad. As Joseph step back triple off the mark. Good tap there by Mercado.
Right, good boxing out. Nawala sa posisyon dun si VJ.
Sabayo jumper. No go. Soliano trying to keep it alive. Finally, Francis gets it for Pampanga. VJ on the run. And the Tamarao goes all the way to the basket.
Wow, talagang using his body to protect that ball without losing that momentum that he had, ha?
Talagang bumanggagi ba dito kay VJ? Pero pag ganun ka, yung buwelo niya.
Yung buwelo, mahirap na yun. Mahirap nang pigilan yun.
As LeBron, 3-pointer, no-go. Francis with the rebound. Some breathing room right here for Pampanga. Medyo na nahimik yung scoring dito ng Leap Basketball.
Yes. Medyo nakokontrol na kasi ng Pampanga yung rebounds, eh.
And another sideline violation right here for Francis De La Cruz. One from that side and then dito naman sa kabila.
And the player is Ken Alvaran. I like how he closed out those shooters talaga, ha. Lahat ng shooters ng Pampanga Pradera, grabe rin gumalaw yung paa nito. Kanina ko pa ino-obserban yung galaw ng paa ni Ken Alvaran, eh.
Ang pansin ko, hindi siya kumakagat sa shot fake. Pero grabe baka mo. Look at that forward. Floater once again galing dito kay Sabayo. Right now, let's turn it over to Francine Philip for her report on the pride of Lubao himself, Alan Danan, and Francis VJ Pre of Florida Blanca, Pampanga.
Ang sabi nga kanina sa akin ni Coach Jay Sierra, malaki ang tiwala niya na kaya pa rin ng team niya kahit they have a lot of missing players. And 2 of those players that he trusts is Alan Danan and VJ Pre. I asked them ano ang masasabi nila na ganun kalaki ang tiwala sa kanila ni Coach. And they said, gagawin namin ang lahat para maipanalo, para mapatunayan na kaya nila maglaro kahit kulang sila. And slowly but surely, the boys of Pampanga Delta are back up on their feet. Now back to you, Coach Pancho and Enzo.
Thank you so much, Franz. And that's a good mentality from young Alan Danan, the pride of Lubao, Pampanga, and of course the leader of Pampanga Delta Pradera Theme Park, the pride of Florida Blanca, Pampanga. Itong si Francis VJ Pre.
That's right. So yun yung role ngayon ni VJ Pre dito, the maging leader in this ball game. And so far, they're up by 3. Let's see kung depende sa resulta nitong free throw dito. But again, it's been the defense of Leap Basketball PH. That's why itong Pampanga Pradera Theme Park, although they are leading, talagang nahihirapan pa rin sila dito, ha?
I mean, you have not seen Pampanga Delta struggle like this. This Pampanga Delta Pradera Theme Park, no, Coach Pancho, we have not seen them struggle this way. Even in that, Look at that nutmeg pass and the extra pass to Francis. France, the floater is good. Rare miscue galing dun kay Alvaran, Coach Pancho.
Yes, and for every miscue that you make against Pampanga Pradera Team Park, mortals in yun. And this team, Pampanga Pradera Team Park, is the #1 team when it comes to points from turnovers.
Oh, Sabayo looking to dance with Malonzo, drops it off to Alvaran. Sabayo gets it back. No go, and Navarro secures the board for Pampanga and says, kalma tayo.
Yes, and ito na. Dito na pumapasok yung veteran presence ng mga players nila. Kita mo naman, hindi na sila nararattle dito. And look at this, the workhorse, Jolo Navarro, saving the day, giving another possession. VJ Prek connecting on that one.
Grabe. And this is Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park's biggest lead of the ball game at 8 points, 61 to 53.
J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform. J Project Clothing Shop, Premium Fabric. We customized, quality printing. Makers of quality uniform.
Sobrang bilis ba? Yan ang bilis ng FiberX. Yan ang internet.
James Malonzo and the rest of Pampanga Pradera Team Park have now gained the biggest lead for them in this ball game at 8 points. Pero lead basketball, Coach Pancho, with 2 minutes and 19, medyo na nahimik na yung scoring nila.
That's right, but slowly but surely itong Pampanga Pradera Team Park, talagang they already got their rhythm dito in time, dito sa crunch time, di ba?
Yes. At ito Nathan Manarang, pa-boarding pa sana yung tres na yun, but still a miss. Tumatakbo naman ito si Malonzo. That'll be a foul whistle here on Lebron Lozano. Again, the factor here, Coach Pancho, is 8 players lang ang meron. 8 players lang ang meron dito Leap Basketball PH. And wala si Coach Ernest Alaw, di ba? And yet they're still putting up a fight dito as we are approaching the last 2 minutes of this ball game. The eye in the sky play. Masyadong malakas. Navarro and VJ, hindi nagkaamuyan doon.
So another chance here dito for Leap Basketball PH, to somehow make a comeback and get some momentum. They should start in this possession. They should convert.
Totoo. Gabieta kicks ito, Manarang, nawala nga lang kay Nathan and he picks it up. Para maging backcourt violation na lang yun and not a baseline inbound. So ito na yung familiar Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park defense, Coach Pancho. That's really troubling everybody. When it mattered the most, no, Coach Pancho, dun nagpakita yung depensa na itong Pampanga Delta Pradera.
Oo. And speaking of depensa, Rod Juliano swatting away the shot of Jolo Navarro.
And look at him bring down the basketball.
Grabe, coast to coast.
Oh.
But I can't blame him because he has for me, he has the right thing in mind because they're down by this an 8-point margin deficit, 1 minute and 22 seconds. Talagang he don't want to waste any time. And yun nga, buti nakakuha pa sila ng foul doon.
Oo. But hindi pa penalty.
Oo
So still no free throws para dito sa Leap Basketball as Lozano with a scoop shot. No go. Offensive rebound by Mercado. Ayaw pa rin talaga sa kanila. Nathan inches closer, still no go.
But may foul.
Was it before the tip? It is, I think it's before the tip dito ni Alvaran. So, it would be itong si Manarang shooting 2 free throws and nullified yung tip-in na yun.
Yes, and speaking of Nate Manarang, ang ganda ng first half niya dito. He scored 9 points, but nung second half, hindi na siya nakakuha ng touches, especially in this important quarter. Actually, yun lang yung ball touch niya. Yung na-foul siya ngayon, kaya siya nasa free throw line. Talaga na-deny din siya because he's a known shooter.
Yes. Of course, a San Pedro Red Cup player. Looking to step over to the seniors division naman itong si Nathan Manarang as he cuts the lead down 61-55. 1 minute and 10 natitira sa ating laro.
Sa unang subo hanggang huli, parang kisa aking pisngi. Kain love, love talaga, kahit di sabihin. Feel na love kami. Kain love, love talaga.
The SINAG Liga Asya Junior World Showcase Philippines is brought to you by Winzen's Cafe, the official cafe partner of SINAG Liga Asya. Tingnan natin itong si James Malonzo, Coach Pancho, 14.7 rebounds, 2 assists. Siya talaga yung nag-stabilize for Pampanga when they were down in the first 3 quarters of the ball game.
That's right. He was the one that kept the Pampanga Pradera team back in this ball game, especially nung times na nag-struggle sila. He was the one who knocked down a lot of shots. But this guy, BJ Pre, after nakakuha na sila ng momentum, BJ Pre carried the load dito, especially in this fourth quarter. That's why he's producing those numbers. At hindi pa tayo tapos dito. Meron pa tayong natitirang oras dito. Let's see if Leap Basketball PH can come up with a good defensive plan dito, enable for them to get another chance.
All about clock management na ngayon for Pampanga ng Coach Pancho. For Leap, they have to get the steal. But look at that. Navarro to BJ Pre. Look at that. Nakangiti si Jolo dahil sa ganda ng pasa niya.
What a find. What a pass by Jolo Navarro, diba?
Uh-oh, Rudge and VJ got entangled there.
Yes, accidentally because natumba na nga doon si BJ Pre.
Take a look at this once again. This pass. Ang ating lakas assist of the quarter brought to you by SM SOUTHMALL. We got it all for you. And look at that, Jolo smiling from ear to ear. Sa ganda ng pasa niya. Yes. 8-point lead for Pampanga. Best believe Coach Pancho, a basket here could potentially be the dagger for Pampanga. And they set up Malonzo in the corner.
Still struggling sa outside shots, di ba? But partida yan, ha? Struggling sila sa outside shot, but they're controlling the ball game right now. Nung fourth quarter lang talaga sila nakuha yung rhythm, na-control yung ball game. But for the first 3 quarters, talagang yung Leap Basketball PH, talaga they had their numbers, eh.
Totoo, as Mercado. Ayaw din even yung mga layup na bumabasok ng first 3 quarters, niluluwa na ngayon for Leap Basketball.
It's the experience that mattered nung fourth quarter. No? Doon lumitaw yung inexperience ng mga bagong players dito ng Leap Basketball PH. But I'm very impressed pa rin para sa kanila dito.
Totoo, we tip our hat off dito sa panig nila. Coach Jasper Magno, Coach MJ Mercado, Coach KDP, and Coach BJ De Pedro. And the rest of their 8 players na naglaro ngayon, Coach Pancho, put up a fight. And talaga for the first time, we saw itong Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park look human, di ba?
Right, exactly, Enzo. And parang talagang they're not the typical Pampanga Pradera Team Park during the first 3 quarters, di ba?
Totoo. But that will be our final score, 63-55. An 8-point victory for Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park. They will now move up to 3-3 sa ating team standings dito sa 19 under, tied with the J Project Clothing Saints dito nga sa 19 under. And what a ball game, Coach Pancho, di ba, for Pampanga. Really had to scratch and claw and really fight for this victory.
It was an unpredictable right from the start. First quarter, second quarter, we were surprised as well with the Pampanga Pradera. Not the usual brand of play, but again, come during crunch time, doon lumitaw yung experience nila, yung communication. That's the adjustment that I've been talking about during the halftime. Because of Coach Jay Shera, one of the premier experienced coach ni Governor Delta Pineda, talagang squeezing out a lot of competitive juices dun sa mga players niya who is playing right now.
Well, one FEU Tamaraw, former FEU Tamaraw should I say, Coach Jay Shera, to another one naman ngayon dahil kasama na ni Francine Capili ang ating CDO Best Player of the Game. Francine, take it away.
We are here today with our CDO Best Player of the Game, VJ Pre from the Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park with 21 points, 19 rebounds, and 3 assists. First of all, congrats VJ. For almost the rest of the game, nakalamang ang leap. Anong naging payo ni Coach para makahabol kayo and keep the momentum going?
Sinabi lang sa amin ng coach na sumunod lang kami sa game plan at maging disiplina lang kami at gumawa lang kami ng tama. Yun lang.
Now, ano sa tingin mo naging biggest challenge nyo going up against leap, knowing na kulang kayo sa players?
Biggest challenge namin is kailangan namin mag-step up kung sino man ang mawala sa teammates namin and kaming mga nakatanda kailangan namin gabayin yung mga teammates namin.
Now, I'm giving you the opportunity to greet and thank anyone you would like and baka gusto mong batiin ang iyong mom for Mother's Day.
Una-una, nagpapasalamat ako sa kay God na binigay yung panalo, kay Gob, and sa family ko doon, and Happy Mother's Day sa mama ko and sa lahat ng mama. Tsaka yung family ko sa Pampanga.
Again, VJ Pre, our CDO, best player of the game, who will be receiving a gift pack from CDO, food that brings you home. Now, back to you, Enzo and Coach Pancho.
Thank you so much, Francine. And also, once again, congratulations to Francis VJ Pre. A near double-double performance for him, Coach Pancho, 21 and 19. Coach Pancho, thank you so much for joining us in the first game. I know we are gonna have to prepare pa for the next 2 games natin, but I hope you enjoyed that first game. Mga kasinag, hindi pa po magtatapos dyan ang ating Sabado. That was just the first game. Our final score, 63-55, an 8-point victory for Pampanga Delta Pradera Team Park. And coming up next, it's the battle of the Kapampangans between Tikas Kapampangan and Pampanga Delta Royce Hotel and Casino. Susunod na po yan, but that ends our first game for today for Coach Pancho Alfonso, Francine Cavili. This is Enzo Galarosa. And on behalf of Direk Nomar Santiago, Direk Don Mike Danan, Direk Billy De Leon, Direk Ramonito Roa, and the rest of the hardworking men and women na nagtrabaho dito from the SM Events Hall in SM SOUTHMALL, Las Piñas City. This has been your SINAG Liga Asya Junior World Showcase Philippines, born 2004. Kita-kits mga kasinag. Peace!